here with Blastful Part 2. Yeah. Right, it's R2, not R1. Oh. Or L2. Okay. Shieldy shield. Alright, so the boss must be nearby. Awesome. If it is, okay. And he's dead. Right. New whip. I wonder what the weapon does. I'll find out later. This one's cool, the colours. I like the colours. Is he actually, is that one actually shooting like just mines? Neat. Okay, it's not much of anything. Alright. Oh, they're like just dropping in out of nowhere. They're in like stealth camo mode or something. Oh, is that why like there are no enemies? It's because they're all in stealth mode and they haven't popped up or something. It's really weird. Anyway. I want to find out what this is. Yeah, honestly, that seems like kinda useless frickin' gun. Oh. It's like all grayed out. There's like a name for this. Like I've seen it as a camera setting on my phone before. It's like sepia or something like that. Neat. Never really expected to see this in the game. It's cool. from this direction, okay. Gotcha. So I don't normally bring up events that happen in games. Oh, maybe I do on occasion. But today, in Auckland in New Zealand, I live in New Zealand, there was like a shooting. Wait, I probably have to put context on here because there was a shooting in Christchurch a few years ago, and depending on when you watch this, you might wonder what shit I'm talking about. And there might be more that happen in the future. Up in Auckland, apparently, so all I really know at the moment is the shooter's dead. Officer was shot, not killed, but he was shot. And a couple of civilians died as well. But apparently a dude went into a work site, like construction site, with a shotgun and just shot people up. No idea why. Apparently he was on home detention though, so, you know, he would have had an ankle bracelet. So kind of wondering like, what the hell? Like how he wasn't noticed and stuff, like moving away, but I don't know if like he worked there. I was under that impression earlier, but when they mentioned, I don't know, the news wasn't super clear. Then again, they may not know. But yeah, that happened. It doesn't make sense to me though. I mean, based on what I know about like mass shootings like that, like granted, a lot of them are done in schools and it's usually in America. But the reason for that is, hey, the kid got bullied or whatever, and they're just like doing something to deal with that, and a very, very bad way of dealing with your issues there, and they usually end up getting shot at the end, or they commit suicide. But you know, that's kind of what you expect from a mass shooting these days. When it happens in other places, and as far as I know, it wasn't a terrorist attack, I don't get why. Like, if it was a robbery gone wrong, sure, but a construction site has like no money. It has stuff you can steal, but not stuff that you do an armed robbery for. So, yeah, not too sure what the reason is. I'm looking forward to finding out the reason because, well, I like making sense of these things. Even though sometimes there is no reason as to why something happened, but... Oh, is this a good gun? Maybe? I don't think this is a good gun. Okay. Yeah, this seems to be the best for taking out the false ships. Anyway. Yeah. Because like if it's a workplace shooting, it makes a little bit more sense, because like that happens, but if it was just some random dude just decided to shoot up a construction site, it's just like, what the hell? Why? What's the reason behind it? Yeah. The other thing is if he did work there, like he was obviously on an ankle bracelet and stuff, you know, basically, you know, convicted of crime, so criminal. But, you know, he had a job, which means that, you know, he was on the path of being rehabilitated and, you know, being a productive member of society, not committing crimes. Well, he had a job anyway. What does this mean for people who are looking for jobs, who are recently out of the court system and want to genuinely change their life around? They're going to be looked at differently now based on this dude, which is the most saddest thing about it. Because I do know that it is like difficult for, you know, people out fresh out of jail type thing. It's hard for them to find jobs, especially if they genuinely want to change their life around. And construction's usually one of the main areas that like employs people who have previously been in jail because, well, I don't know, it's just always been a thing. Like, it's never been a bad decision because, you know, they go in, they usually do a good job. I'm sure that there have been a few incidences where they didn't, but, you know, nothing like this. It's just like, what the hell? All the job prospects from people in the system is just like, they're probably going to have a second look, maybe even say no to people depending on what they were convicted for. The thing is this dude was on home detention and stuff. Don't know what he actually went to jail for, but if he went to jail for like a violent crime or a gun related crime, my guess is a lot of potential employers would look at that criminal history now and be like, yeah, we can't sort of risk this happening again type of deal. That's my prediction anyway. And that makes sense. I mean, even if it's an unconscious bias, it's going to exist now. Although, it's saying that it may have already existed unconscious bias, but it'll just be more pronounced now. I guess like there'd be a reason behind the unconscious bias, whereas before that wasn't really anything, because yeah, it's always been pretty sweet with criminals doing jobs and shit. Is that the boss? The dude that's flying around? Or is... Nope, the boss is up here. It's just saw him on the map. Okay. Now, I've got to say, it is going to be interesting to see how the election plays out this year. Because current government seems to not be doing a super great job tackling crime, which is one of the main issues of the election. And this is not going to help their campaign. This is going to help the opposition, most definitely. I mean, it sounds really strange when I say it like that. It's going to help the opposition. Like, I mean, what I mean is like everything bad that happens, the current government's going to be like, hey, how'd you let this happen? You know, the opposition's going to be to the current government, hey, how'd you let this happen? Something needs to be done. Gives them more points of arguments against stuff like this. That's what I mean. And, you know, opposition does have a point. A lot of this stuff has happened since this government came into power. I'm not saying it's their fault, it just seems to be the way the world is right now, but I don't seem to have any answers for dealing with situations like this. And I don't just mean this one in particular, I just mean crime in general. It's on the rise here in New Zealand. Just, you know, violent crimes, robberies, ram raids. Ram raids is a big one. And it's like, opposition has answers. This, you know, this is what we're going to do. Well, try to do. You know, they you know have answers as to what they're going to do. Current government is just like they don't actually have anything. Which is interesting. I've been listening to a lot of the political talk lately. So, yeah, like, as far as I know, the current government doesn't really have a plan to deal with anything. And their plan is, hey, we've been in power for so long, just trust us. It's basically, I think, their kind of argument. And hell, we're in a, we're officially in a recession under the current government's leadership. Nowhere else in the world is in a recession. We were able to avoid one for a while. Although, with saying that, I think America was close to a recession for a bit, but I think they were able to get out of that, but I think that's because they raised the debt ceiling. So they did it in a bit of a old way. But yeah, so it's just going to be interesting to see, you know, how the election plays out. And, you know, after the election's over, whoever wins, just to see if anything changes or improves. Kind of surprising to wake up to no freaking shooting. Other news, I woke up with a freaking mark on my head. No idea how, but like the top of my head it's been like split open. That sounds a lot worse than what it actually is, I just realized. Like yeah, just on the crown of my head, you know, basically where, you know, your forehead is and it goes into your hair line. Like down there's like a mark like been, I don't know, slashed with a knife. Nope, that makes it sound worse than it is as well, damn it. I'm not good at describing it. But yeah, no idea how it happened. My guess is I hit my head on something when I was asleep, but I have absolutely no memory of it. I do like a concrete wall, so I'm just gonna guess I hit my head on that during the night, but like what the hell, if I did, there'd be like a bump, and there's no bump there. So I've got no idea what the hell happened. Or I scratched myself somehow, but again, I have no idea how. So he's not actually here yet, but he's sending a lot of firepower my way. Alright then. There we go. Like 2 levels left. Oh, I forgot to check out the new weapon. Wait, I did get a new weapon, right? Yeah. Oh, looks like I have mines. No, I'll try that out on the boss anyway. See how it goes. Wreckage door. Wait, does this mean I don't even have to kill the final boss, I just realised. It unlocks before you get to them. Huh. Oh wow, okay. Okay, this is actually fucking awesome. Alright. I'm actually kind of wondering if shooting these guys actually does anything, like, game-wise. I don't actually know if I end up shooting these dudes at all. Oh, I guess some of them go down. Alright, and then this will be the platinum, I hope. I'm actually not going to bother shooting him, I'm just going to dodge around and see what happens. Should be platinum now. Yeah, Celestial Champion. Well, that's platinum, so that's the end of the game. So don't forget to subscribe. End of the game, end of the video as well.